happy Saturday. I had to get the focus working, so I'm sorry that last night's or yesterday's vlog came out today because I was having like really bad acid reflux and I just did not want to edit the video while I was dealing with that. But we are good now, fingers crossed that we stay good through the rest of the day, because that was really annoying. I haven't had a flare-up in like 2 months where it was like to that extent. Oh my gosh, I had Tums in my room and didn't realize it. But yeah, that was annoying, but we're good now. And so as you saw, I got my pumpkins today. I went to the pumpkin patch because it's not, you're not pulling them all things. People have already laid them out. It's in my church. So definitely y'all should check them out. I will, if there's a link, I will leave the link below, because they had where you can tag them on Instagram, but I don't know if there's any page where y'all could donate if you wanted to. So, because it's going to the students, the youth ministry, and I think that's really important to focus on our youth, and they're a really good church. So, you know, I want to support them because, yeah, that's like where I grew up. But the I went there and I went to Starbucks. I went to my storage unit, and that's one thing we're going to talk about. I thought that I had some fall decorations there, but I didn't, so I don't know where those are. Yeah, so I had these wreaths that I put on my windows. I cannot find those. I had a little garland I put around the TV, and I cannot find that. So I'm going to have to dig around closets at my house and just see if I can find all of that, because I looked through basically every box in my storage unit except ones that I could obviously see were Christmas, Valentine's, Easter, whatever. So I will be going back there sometime this month anyway to take some other boxes, because that was what I wanted to do today, but I didn't do that today because I have a lot of room in the car, but I just did not get that done. So as I said, I went to Starbucks and then came home, hung out at home. I read a short story and then I ate lunch. That might have been a reverse. I know I ate lunch for a second. Yeah, okay. And then I just went to Lowe's to get bird seed. And then I got a power strip because I have outdoor Halloween lights, which I did find, but I need to see if they work, because sometimes if they're plug-in ones, it should be fine. But if battery ones, it will just corrode in the heat, because upstairs where we have storage, there is no heating or air conditioning. So things can, like batteries, will get damaged. Which, yeah, that's annoying, but what can you do if you don't want to spend thousands of dollars getting an AC unit up there? But I did go to the storage unit and I did not get any decorations, but since I do have room for books now, I went and got 5 books out of my storage unit. I think this is 5. I have 2 crates of books there that I didn't have room for, and now that I have bookshelves, bookcases, I have room for them. So actually I found this bookmark upstairs where I was sitting. There's no AC. This is from the Kennedy Space Center, and I got this literally, I don't know what year. I was in 2nd, 3rd grade, I don't know, but it's a ruler and then a bookmark, and it's like, yeah, all these bookmarks from back then, because I have one from the 2008 Olympics. I did not go to that, but I got one somehow, and they're like holographic or whatever. So that must have just been a trend in the 2000s with bookmarks. But these are the books that I got out of storage. So I got Strange the Dreamer, which this one is kind of having a resurgence. It was really popular when I first joined BookTube. Let's see what year it was published. 2017. So I came on the scene like a year later, but now it's having kind of a resurgence on Book Talk on TikTok. And it's been one of those YA fantasies that I've kept in my mind, because I do like Daughter of Smoke and Bone. I really liked that YA fantasy book, and this by Laini Taylor, so I figured I would give this one a go. And then this one is a thriller called Stolen Things by R.H. Herron. A sensational crime, a missing teen, and a mother and daughter with no one to trust but each other come together in this shocking-to-be thriller. So we got that. I love this cover. I loved it back then when I first got the book. I love it now. And then this one was, I think these next two are okay, no. I gifted somebody this book and then I bought my own, but if I'm wrong, Sarah, let me know because I could have got that reversed. But this is Mega Life, the autobiography of Nick Menza with J. Marshall Craig. So if you don't know, Nick Menza was the drummer for Megadeth and he has sadly since passed away, but I really like Nick Menza, so I would like to read his biography. And we do have black and white pictures and color pictures as well, so can't wait to give this a read. Yeah, there's where they were when they were young. Yeah, I do really like Megadeth, so I would like to read his book. And then this one will be a reread, and yes, this one was a gift. And it doesn't say who is from, but I'm pretty sure it was my friend Sarah. But Dirty Rocker Boys by Bobby Brown. Yes, this will be a reread for me. I love Bobby Brown. She is so sweet. I've talked to her several times. So nice. And yeah, I really like her a lot. And wow, this was by Simon and Schuster. So I do want to reread this book, and this one does have pictures as well. And she also has a sequel, which is at the storage unit too. I don't know if it's a sequel, but she wrote another book. And then this one, which I also see sometimes on Book Talk, and this, I read about this, it's based on a plane crash, or that's part of the plot. I watched, I had seen the documentary back when it like first came out. Mayday is the show, and that reminded me of this book, and I was telling a friend about it. So this is Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. This is also a young adult but contemporary, and look how cool this book is. One of our characters lives in the Dominican Republic while the other is in New York City, so I think that's so unique. And a lot of this is told in verse, which I really enjoy reading poetry like that, and novels like that. I think it's just so unique, and I think Elizabeth Acevedo does that a lot. I did not know she lived in Washington, D.C. And so this is following, there was a plane crash and the dad was on the plane crash, and they don't realize that they are sisters. And but once the dad dies, you know, a ton of stuff happens when somebody dies, and that is when they meet, even though they're living such different lives. So those are the books I picked up for my storage unit. They've probably all been on my channel before, but I've been doing this game a long time, so it's always good to have a refresher. I am here to give y'all an update on Blacktop Wasteland. I read 44 pages in here today, and I'm here to tell y'all my thoughts so far. So it's still pretty early on. I don't know exactly how I'm feeling. We're only at 20-21% depending on what app you want to use for that. But these characters do feel like real people. I've yet to feel that connection, that emotional connection, but I do think it's likely that it will come with just how realistic these characters are being written and these situations that they are in. And then the atmosphere, I told y'all yesterday, the dialect is really good for Southern Virginia, and then we are in a small town again in Southern Virginia, and I think the authors is really spot on about showing how rough it can be in these smaller communities in the South, rather it be with racism, poverty, drug addiction, crime. It can be rough out there, and I think the author's done a good job at showing that and showing how it can be hard for somebody to stay on that certain path that they want to stay on, and just how temptation is everywhere. As for writing, the writing is pretty detailed, and at times it's just a tad too much detail where I'm like, do we really need to know this? But again, the dialogue is really good. And then for plot, I'm not completely gripped yet. Again, we are still pretty early on in the story, and I feel like it's going to be one that's just building. It feels like I am reading a video game, like I'm reading GTA or something. I don't know why, it just has that vibe, but it really reminds me of a video game. But again, I'm not completely gripped yet, but I do think there are building blocks. to get to those feelings. And I think that goes with the character work as well. I think this book is just going to be a slow burn until we really get going. So I don't know exactly how I'm feeling about this book yet. I don't hate it. I don't love it yet. We're just vibing and we're going to see where the story goes. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry I don't have like a movie update for y'all today. I'm still making my way through Cruella, which is a rewatch, and I'm loving it. It's the only like Disney like live action remake. It's not really a remake because it's a backstory, but you know, the live action in this current era of Disney, it's like the only one I've seen, I'm pretty sure, but I love it. It is like, they made that movie for me. Fashion, London in like the 60s, 70s, that time period. The music is so good, the fashion's so good, and I just love it. Emma Stone is fantastic in that movie. So this is kind of my movie update. I am currently watching some October baseball. I started watching I saw bits and pieces of the Mets-Phillies game, and then my dad is a Yankee fan, so I watched some of that game with him, Yankees-Royals, and now my game is on. I was watching it on my phone just because my computer was charging, but I'm going to switch to the computer. But that's that's Dodgers, Padres, which is, I'm a Dodger fan, so I'm going to be watching that. So I don't know if I'm going to watch any of my movie tonight. We're just going to have to see. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you made it all the way through, leave any kind of Halloween emoji below. Maybe a pumpkin, because we got pumpkins today. But as always, comment, rate, and subscribe. Don't forget to ring that notification bell to be notified when all my videos go live. I'll see you in my next one. Bye!